It's the 5th of January 23, and everything is progressing well with the fleet. And Captain Good got away today. You probably saw the live. It was good to see him go in a strange sort of a way. He was here for quite a while. Some people were confused with that, but anyway, he managed to get a lot of work done, and it was kind of fun. So let's. You can see there's not a lot of storm action all the way across the Southern Ocean. We kind of like that. Oops, even though all the way across to Cape Horn. It's a good time to be going around Cape Horn right now. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but we'll first of all check in with Guy and Elliot and see what they're up to. So first thing is, Guy looks as if he's been going slow in the no wind area, but he's actually got doing quite well. He's actually doing 7.4 knots. He's flying, so that's kind of cool. He'll be happy with that and making good progress. And Elliot's in his tweets, he's saying around about 2 weeks to Australia. He's doing 5.1 at the moment, and the distance that he's got to go is from, let's say, Albany, Perth's up a bit the other way. It's not that far. It's about 1,200 nautical miles. Normally that'd be 12 days, but he's going slow, so a couple of weeks, and he reckons it's okay. So he'll be happy to see him in there, and he'll be happy to get there, but so far so good. Oh, I just realised why the weather's been playing around here. This is the weather today. That's why, that's why Guy is making the speed. He's got the northerly. Sorry, I was playing around with it a minute ago just to see what was happening there, and I forgot to run the weather back. So again, the whole of the Indian Ocean is dominated by this massive high, and Guy is in the back edge of it with northerlies, plenty of them. And there he goes. He's gone from 7.9 knots. Now the new positions come in, and he's actually making 8.1 knots. That's the fastest I've seen him go ever since he left the Sable d'Olonne. So slippery bottom and hard work and a good northerly breeze reaching. Probably the sea state, let's have a look, might be favourable as well. We'll check the waves. Yeah, he's right on the edge of it, so he's probably only got 2.5, 3 metre seas there, but it's going to build as it goes along. So, but yeah, taking it on the beam and doing really well. Elliot's got some bigger seas here because of that system that's just in front of him. It's not going to impact him, but it's left a sea. So 5.4 knots, and he's got a good 4.5 metre seas there. So. He's still in the Southern Ocean, and Guy's loving that. So this is this little number here. I'm glad no one got hooked up with that, and let's just see what happens when we pull the weather forward a day. So that's tomorrow, and that high is still there. Guy slipped into the back of it. He's off that northerly, and he's got into a southwesterly, and Elliot's got a slowly building southwesterly, so that'll push him along a bit further. So he'll be happy with that, and we go forward another day, so that's 2 days out. Elliot's still looking good, doing the same thing, and so is Guy. So 2 days out of here, it's looking pretty good. So that's fine. We can move along now to bring the weather back, and we can look at Ian Herbert Jones and Jeremy coming into Hobart. Again, they've got their own high pressure system here. There it is, pretty obvious again. Come on, off you get. Boom, boom. Oh, jeepers. There we go, gone. Get that up there. So yeah, big high pressure system, and Jeremy's in the bottom of it. Favourable wind direction. He's still making 5 knots. That's kind of nice. It would be only 2 metre seas by the look of this, so he'll be enjoying that ride, and he's making reasonably good speed. For the forecast it's showing there, that's only showing 15 knots, and he's probably got plenty up. Anyway, Ian Herbert Jones doing 4.5. He did 107 nautical miles in the last 24 hours. What did Jeremy do in the last 24 hours? 87, yeah. So pretty happy with that, and I think we'll see a slow movement of this high, but let's have a look. There's a day ahead. Oh, boom. Okay, I'm going to toggle that. This is this blow that's coming over underneath them. I'll do it by the hour, and what we're seeing, I'll push them. So here's Hobart. You can see where they are, relatively speaking. I'll put them up the top of the system. I'll get rid of the leaderboard, and we'll toggle this through just to see how it's going to impact them. It's not working yet. Hit that one, and come on, here we go. Here it comes. So this is midnight tonight. This system coming through. Ian's okay. It goes underneath him. It's sort of decreasing in strength, splitting in two, and heading south. So just or southeast, I should say. So that's going to give him 30 knots of breeze. Gusting maybe 40. Reasonable sea, but the big stuff just misses both Ian and Jeremy. So they won't be too disappointed in that, and it gives them plenty of breeze for sailing. So that's through till the 7th, so that's 2 days from now. And we'll just go straight into a distance for Jeremy, just to give you an ETA again. An ETA for Jeremy, he's currently on near enough to 650 odd miles to Hobart. Normally you'd say that'd be 5.5 days, but I think what we're going to see, because there's some light stuff happening here once he goes through, it's still another 6 days, so it's probably on the 11th. And we'll follow that through as we get as it gets closer. But certainly they miss all this heavy weather stuff. I'll keep it toggling through to the next one. Get rid of that. So we're on the 7th because there's another bit of wind coming behind. It's not going. You got to hit that, and let's just see how the next lot goes. The 7th. Yep, there's plenty of breeze there. That's the 8th. Coming in, come on, yep, still plenty of breeze. So maybe on the 11th, but it's going light on the 8th, and the 9th you'll see it's lightening off a lot, but at least it's favourable wind direction, and he does have a breeze, so we may actually see him in by the 11th. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So that's all looking good. No big disturbances there anyway. I'll just show you where Captain Goog is. He's on his way out, but it's slow going. And I'll just pick this up. You can see I've left the tails here for the next lot of positions, so you can see the snail trails really well. And here's Good coming out. He had a slow start. They had the film crew there filming for a couple of hours while they left, and there wasn't a lot of breeze. We had fog and overcast and all sorts of funny things. But he's nearly out and on his way. That's good timing, because there's still another about 3 hours of light here, and gets him offshore before it gets dark. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so now we'll come back to the lead three and look at the winners and losers of what's going on with the weather. And it's frustrating for some and fantastic for others. So I think we might be able to get, we can get everyone in. So now back to the current weather. Okay, so both Abelish and Kirsten are stuck in the no wind zone. So Abelish is making 2.4 knots and only done 36 nautical miles, or 38 nautical miles in the last 24 hours. Kirsten's heading north to keep sailing. She's making 1.9 knot, and she's gone, something going wrong with the 24 hours, -1 there. I mean, you can see, and in fact, I'll show you here, when I pick this up, you can see just in here, she's going with a funny track right there. She's been going around in circles, doing all sorts of funny things there. So that's been bad luck for her. But zooming back out again now, coming across here, and we'll look at, or you can see, first of all, Simon, we talk about him, but you can see he's got big wins there, and I'll tell you his story when we look at what's going to happen. No, I'll do it now. So last night there was a bit of fun. He was headed straight for the Bounty Islands. I'll just show you this. He was on a beeline course. This is the Bounty Islands here, this little orange dot. He had to leave that to starboard, and he was on, being pressured by the winds coming straight across. It wasn't looking really good there for a minute, so we upped the ante just to keep an eye on him, but he actually tacked away just in time. So that was kind of cool. Okay, so let's just toggle this forward, and we'll see what happens here. You can see Kirsten and Abelish, big problems for everyone's an hour, so it's going to be by midnight tonight. This is midnight there now. By midnight they've got breeze and they're sailing again, so that's the good news. But if we toggle this back now, you'll see the issue. They're still not in this system. Simon is in this big high here, plus he's got to go around the corner of the no-go zone, right up in the corner there, just in here, to make sure he doesn't get time penalties, and that's his next challenge. But he's got his own system. Kirsten and Abelish are still back on this system, and you can see the gap there. That's the challenge. Somehow in the future, both Kirsten and Abelish are going to have to jump into the next system. Simon's on a roll now, and we mentioned that yesterday, but it's even more distinct. They got real challenges to get across there. So even though they're sailing, they can't beat this gap to jump into the next system. So, and they could be stuck with that for a long time yet. Anyway, we'll just push this forward and see what happens here. You can see they'll be sailing along this side here. They may get up into this zone across the bottom here. So a bit hard to say, and keep at it. But Simon's on a roll. He's going to clear out his distances now from Kirsten to Simon is now 480 miles, so nearly 500 miles, and I think he'll gain another 100 miles out of this easy. So they're back to 600-mile gap, which they were close to looking at as they were heading into Tassie. So anyway, we'll come out of here, and I'll get that up here, and I'll give you one quick overview of toggling this. So that's the 7th. If we go forward, so it's 2 days ahead, and then we come here. This is 3 days ahead. And you can see this is the big block for Kirsten and Abelish. Simon, however, will be roaring up over the top, carrying on. So there's the 8th, and we go into the 9th. Boom. Simon's up here by this stage. He's sailing in really great breezes. And Kirsten and Abelish, they're still on the back end of this high here, not up with the system that Simon's got. So he's going to get a big break on this, in my opinion. That moved across quickly. They'll be in here. That could be, Simon could be starting to slow down there, but he's in the centre and they're on the back edge. So anyway, that's it. Watch your space, and we'll see you tomorrow.